Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're heading back in time to the ancient Roman city of Ephesus. We're going to look at this one structure that, believe it or not, tells an incredible story. A story all about gratitude, loyalty, and, yeah, a whole lot of power. Okay, so picture this. You're walking through the bustling streets of ancient Ephesus, right? You turn a corner and bam, you're face to face with this, a huge, triple-arched gateway made of stunning marble. This thing is called the Gate of Mazeus and Mithridates, and it was the main entrance to the absolute heart of the city's commercial district. But here's the kicker. How is this magnificent structure basically a giant thank you note? And not just from anyone, but from two former slaves to the most powerful man in the world. Yeah, to get to the bottom of that, we have to look a lot closer, because this gate's story, it really pulls back the curtain on the social and political games of the Roman Empire. All right, so to really get this whole thank you note thing, we've got to start with the builders. And this is our first big surprise. So the builders, two guys named Mazeus and Mithridates, they were what the Romans called liberti, basically freedmen. That's right, these two guys were once slaves. And not just anyone's slaves, they probably belonged to Emperor Augustus himself. And get this, after they were freed, they managed to make enough money and gain enough influence to pay for this massive project, right in one of the most important cities in the whole empire. I mean, that is just a remarkable achievement, right?
You see, building this wasn't just about construction. It was a huge public statement. By funding something like this, they were showing everyone, hey, look at us, we've made it. They were cementing their new status. But this big public gift, well, that was the thank you note. And its message was, let's just say, very, very carefully crafted.
So, like any good note, the message is everything. And in this case, the message is literally carved in stone for everyone to see. So who was this note for? Well, they didn't just dedicate it to Emperor Augustus. No, they dedicated it to his entire family. We're talking his wife Livia, his daughter Julia, and his son-in-law and heir Marcus Agrippa. By doing that, Mazeus and Mithridates were making it crystal clear their loyalty wasn't just to one guy, it was to the whole imperial dynasty. Now this is where it gets really clever. The inscription itself is just a masterclass in political messaging. See, it was written in two languages. The main text, the big, detailed one, was in Latin, the language of the Roman rulers. And it was probably displayed with huge, gilded bronze letters. Just imagine that. But the Greek text, for the local folks, it was way shorter and kind of tucked away in a less obvious spot. The message couldn't be clearer. Rome is in charge. But the message wasn't just in the words, it was built right into the fabric of the city. Where they put this gate was every bit as important as what they wrote on it. Think about it. Anyone coming from the harbor to do business, and we're talking a lot of people, had to walk right through this gate. They put it in one of the most visible, highest traffic spots in the entire city of Ephesus, prime real estate. So let's just trace that journey for a second. Every single person coming to do business to enter the commercial heart of the city had to pass through this massive Roman-style arch. And as they did, they'd look up and see this unmissable message of loyalty to the emperor. Roman power was literally woven into the daily routine of just buying and selling stuff. You couldn't avoid it. But wait. There's another layer to this. The location was even smarter than that. The gate stood right near a spot called the Triodos, a really sacred place that was believed to be the mythical birthplace of the god Apollo. And guess who publicly claimed Apollo as his own personal patron god? Yep, Emperor Augustus. So placing the monument right there, that was an incredibly savvy move. It tied the imperial family directly into the city's own deepest religious beliefs. Okay, so when you put all these pieces of the puzzle together, it becomes pretty obvious. This gate was way, way more than just an entrance or a simple thank you note. I mean, this thing wasn't just stone and marble. It was a communication device with so many layers. It was basically a giant billboard for imperial propaganda. It was a symbol that showed, hey, loyal freedmen can get rich and successful. And, of course, it was a permanent, in-your-face reminder of the power of Rome. All of that packed into one single archway. And the historian Kalinowski puts it perfectly. He says the monument really captures the motivations of the builders and the whole political feeling of the time. It was this perfect blend of personal gratitude and very public power. So what does this all mean? The Gate of Mazeus and Mithridates shows us that in the Roman Empire, even a thank you note could be a tool of political control. An act that started as personal gratitude could become this powerful public statement, something that literally shaped the physical layout of a city and the political landscape of an entire empire.